Alrighty, guys, welcome back to a new week. Today's Monday, April 28th, 2025. We honestly we had a good day today on the charts. We had a pretty good session. You can see here. This is my first trade of the day. We went up, swap buy side. And this buy side was on like the 4 hour and the 1 hour, and it was super duper obvious. But not only that, it was one of the only buy side marks in the vicinity. Like it was highly unlikely that we not only sweep this but then go higher, because other buy side was just so far away. So not coming out of a PD array to short this wasn't really a concern to me. I just needed to see at least 2 inverses first, because then I could have a clear break-even spot at the beginning of the last PD array, which in this case it was the beginning of the last 2 minute. I took my entry on the 2 minute inverse, so yeah, it was honestly pretty easy trade, nothing too crazy. We had a sweep, probably some sort of an SMT up there. These NQ and ES, they've been pretty desynchronized recently, so I didn't check for it, but it's likely there was an SMT up there. Yeah, pretty good momentum, clear draw on liquidity. Down that white line at the bottom of the screen, that is a low-hanging fruit inside of a 1 hour fair value gap, both on the 1 hour. So just a huge draw. I only needed a piece of the pie though. Yeah, good trade. I decided to go for 57 points there. And then this trade, this was my second trade of the day. We had some consolidation there, bouncing back around like the 0.5 retracement of the entire range, and we were kind of just hanging out a little bit underneath the new week opening gap. We had a manipulation leg and then a lot of momentum downwards, and it seemed pretty obvious. And I only took a second trade today because my first trade I accidentally took on my fucking practice account. On accident, just one of those things. Usually going into the weekend I just switch it to the practice account just to be safer in case I do anything stupid, but didn't re-switch to the eval. So first trade was about $400, just went straight to the practice account. Kind of unfortunate, kind of irritated me a little bit, but we got the win and it was a good trade, so that's what matters, I guess. Because that consistency will carry over no matter what account we're trading on, and that's the whole point. So, but this trade, this 5 minute was holding us, and we didn't re-inverse the first presented for value gap. We had an SMT and a momentum downwards. That big ass white candle looked pretty manipulative, so I was like, there's not really any buy side, even still there's not any buy side, especially with that manipulation leg. So I was pretty certain we'd go lower, and we did. I think my mistake with this trade, I don't know, it's hard to say. My break-even point was a good spot to go break-even, I think. However, I was stopped at break-even after moving stop to that point. And yeah, you can see I got stopped at break-even there. This trade ended up going and smashing TP, which was just at the bottom of those 2 fair play gaps on the left there. Yeah, just an unlucky break even, but I didn't want to put any more risk on the table than I already was taking a second trade today. So I'm glad it was a break even and not a loss. But both trades that I took ended up playing out. In hindsight, they ended up playing out. They were both pretty good trades. I think my second trade was maybe like a B plus, just because we weren't really bouncing out of. I guess we were bouncing on the 5-minute and the first presented, but it wasn't like a clean bounce out. So, and then my first trade. I mean, you can go look on the chart and try to find a PD array. There's probably something like on the 5 or the 15-minute from all the way to the left coming over, but I didn't go to that extent to see the PD array. I just figured that was the only buy side that wanted to be swept today, and the other draws there was a lot of sell side. So first trade, pretty nice. Good entry on both of them. And yeah, overall green on the day. I think my first trade was about $400. It was like 57 points. This trade would have been, I think, 40 points, 40-ish points. So yeah, I'm gonna count my losses and or count my wins, I guess, today. A little bit unlucky on the account side of things, but it's all good, and we will carry this consistency throughout the week, hopefully. So have a good week, guys.